So welcome back. We'll shortly be getting on the way. Both players are back in the arena. Gal's shoes are off. Just waiting for Rick to finish messaging who he's messaging, I think. And as soon as he comes into the arena, we'll be back underway again. Kyle Brown to break. Once again, if you don't mind, those of you that have joined us, clicking the little share button, bottom left hand side if you're on Facebook. Match, as you can see, between Jonathan Forrestal and Lee Beavers. He's pulled it back. It's now 7 frames all. I'm streaming live to YouTube as well as Facebook. Second half of that game between Jonathan Forrestal and Lee Beavers. It's Jonathan that keeps taking the lead. It's Lee that's having to play catch up all the time. Once again, Jonathan takes an 8-7 lead, so he can't, although he keeps pulling back, he can't seem to get his nose back in front again. In this match here, Kyle's looking to extend his lead once more. He's perfect. He can he's got a nice angle now to just drop this in. Just run the white in behind the black, from the black into the top right. So this looks like it's going to be 17-12. The Danny Thompson match was scheduled 6 o'clock start. It's going to be a little bit later now. Could well be around about 7, so it's going to be a late night tonight. I think we expected that anyway. And it looks like Jonathan Forrestal is taking a 9-7 lead. Just walked away from the table as I saw him. Well, I saw him walking away from the table as he was cheering, so that's going to go up to 9-7, I think, in his second now. Saying before, Dean, the last match due to start about 6 o'clock. It's going to be a little bit later now. Probably end up around about 7ish, maybe.
Yeah, we knew from the start.
It's going to be a bit later.
Today we're going to be half an hour to an hour running behind, but
yeah, we started an hour. But we started about half an hour late. But the last match wasn't that much later starting. I think this is they just took the time with this one. Just a little bit.
More money, so it's a bit to be expected, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, without a doubt. And looking at the scores now, you would think Kyle is more than favourite to win this.
Yeah, massive favourite. He's not losing this from here.
It all depends on how many Mike gets in between Kyle's next 4 frames.
There can always be a swing from now until then.
Yeah. Apologies, I didn't quite get to change the screen in time.
Kev Harris with an emphatic win there.
21-9, yeah.
Chris Moody. Chris Moody just said then, he said to me on the way out, he said, I've not even started well. He said, my first shot I broke off, tried a difficult pot into the pack with the white, potted the ball, which is an hard shot in itself, gone into the pack to try and split them open and potted the black. And his first shot in the first frame.
Joking.
He said, it seemed like the gods were against him before he even started properly.
You're up against it, aren't you? St Tart's in the building. It's another 147 man. Nice shot there from Mike. So just drop this one into the bottom left. Right, roughly where the red is, that's all he needs. Slight angle on this last red. Just drifted up for the black in the left centre. Let's pull one back.
That game between Chris Moody and Kev Harris.
Yeah.
It was a Cat 3 game.
Cat 3?
Cat 3.
Joking. Is that Kev moving up now, or what? How did they get to move up?
By winning like that.
By winning like that?
By winning like that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Kev might be in the wrong category. Yeah, definitely 2. Just going off that result.
What about Harry? Young Harry?
Exactly, yeah. Harry's another one. Harry could possibly go up to... He's in 6 at the minute.
Yeah, I think that's 2 good wins he's had, his young Harry, so
yes.
I think he definitely needs to move up a category.
What I don't want to do, and I won't do, is move anyone up
or
down 2 places. They'll always go up 1 at a time. That's what... Trying to get, obviously, to the fairest game as possible. Matching up the matches so that they are 100% fair. And ideally in the same category. And then it's
but I mean, how do you work it? Like somebody like Kevin that's really won well. Is he in the right category, or is Chris in the wrong category? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's working that one out as well. You've got to be.
See, now going off that win there that Kev's just had, I don't think anyone in category 3 would offer him a game.
Who, Kev?
For the next one, yeah.
You don't. Maybe not. Maybe not.
So I'm thinking.
Because he was quick fire.
Yeah.
He was quick fire. It wasn't as though.
I don't think he missed a ball in the last 10 frames or something.
No.
So if he goes up to category 2, there's going to be at least a handful of players in category 2 that's going to challenge him.
Not fancy him. Yeah, without a doubt.
We had a question before about Derek Patterson. That might be one for the comments, actually. Someone might be able to help us out with that one.
Derek Patterson wants to go in the car?
Yeah, but I've never seen Derek play. I know he's a very good player.
No, he's got to be in...
but I didn't know what category to put him in. And someone said to me...
Cat 2.
2 or 3.
Yeah, Cat 2.
But people might comment on that one, maybe, to help us out.
It's looking at... It's about having a look who's in Cat 3, really. What you've got to understand is, or what you've got to look at, the way you look at it is what does Derek play in? He plays in the Golden 8 ball with Cloughie, Lee Anderson,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And Danny Thompson. So, even if he's not in the same category as them, which is Cat 1, Danny's in Cat 2, isn't he?
Danny's in Cat 2, yeah.
He's got to be at least 1 below him, so you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I would say personally that he's a little bit better than Danny as well. So he's between Cat 1 and 2. He's a strong player, yeah. He's a strong Cat 2. Yeah.
Possibly low end Cat 1. There's a shout in there as well for Sam Lancaster. I know he's not been playing for a while now, through growing his family and moving house and what have you.
Has he been making babies?
He's making babies, yeah. So I know he's not picked his queue up for a while. So we'll just have to see where that one goes.
Somebody like that, though, doesn't take them long.
No.
A few hours practice to get back anything like... If they take a year or 2 out, 2 or 3 years out, and they're knocking on a little bit, it's a bit different. But when you're in your mid-20s or something like that,
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It's not going to make a little bit of difference. Just say it's not going to make a lot of difference.
Good picture there of Kevin, Chris.
Yeah, cracking picture.
That was actually after the match, but we did it so it was before the match. I had to get Chris to put a smile on there.
That's what it's hard. It's hard after a match. You want to just bury your head and go. You know what I mean? But obviously Chris will be staying because there's A big game on after this with Craig Hart from Wigan as well.
We have. Let's just look at his categories here now, just to see if we can get some comments on the.
Anybody out there that knows any of these that Dean's about to mention?
Category 2 at the moment, we've got Tony Pitts, Sam Lancaster, Craig Day, Brett Noble, Russ Lofthouse, Tommy Jones from Merseyside, Aidan Hughes, Dennis Horan, who's actually in the room watching Kyle.
Is he in, Dennis?
He is.
Where is he?
He's just sat down over there.
How long's he been in?
Near his wife. He's been in about 3 or 4 hours, pal.
Has he? I've not seen him. I've seen him commenting. I didn't know he'd come down with them.
Where Eddie is on the right.
Yeah, I can see him. Yeah, I know where Dennis is. He's not got his karaoke mic with him.
I told him to come and commentate before, but he said no.
I'll get him on later.
So we've got Dennis Horan. We've got
they'll be oh, no, they won't be going. Well, will they? It's Wigan, isn't it? So they might be going. He's waving now.
We've got Andrew Morley's in there.
Andrew Morley.
Rob Dodd. Dave Chalmers. Liam Munro. Gary Close. Craig Hart. Danny Thompson. Mike Quinn. Jeb Brannan. Richard Wone. Danny Evans. Murad Iqbal's in there.
Why is he in there? Has he not been chucked out yet?
Murad.
Is that the same one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just got his name still in the category, but he's not in the group anymore.
Yeah. I'd chuck him out.
Stephen Croft, he's from Darwin area. He's a 147 man at snooker, I believe.
Is he?
Kevin George, Josh Guy, Keir Monaghan, and Rob McTavish, or whatever he calls himself on Facebook.
Norris, or whatever.
Rob
yeah.
Norris, Rob Ward, Rob Norris.
Rob Ward, yeah.
Whichever one he decides.
Well, we need to start getting these they need to start putting some challenges in because there's some decent, tidy players there. You know.
There is. Well, this is what I was saying about Cat 3 before, about where to put Derek Patterson. Someone said he's strong, like you said before, strong Cat 2.
He's right. You've got Kevin Harris in there, who's just won 21-9
against Chris Moody. Kevin Harris has got to be in Cat 2 now.
Yeah, I will put Derek Patterson in front of Kevin Harris.
Right. So we've got to put
only because they're both good snooker players, both good potters, but Derek's got a bit more of a pool brain than what Kevin has at the minute.
Yeah.
So
what we'll probably do for the next one, obviously we'll sit down and have a discussion between Kings of the North Committee, if you want to call it that. We'll,
maybe James Peoples, if he's listening, he could well be. But I'm surprised he's not. Yeah, you see, you can always tell sometimes if they're not getting games.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to challenge him.
To be fair, I'm looking at category 3 now, and I don't think there's. Well, there might be 1, maybe 2 people in that category that would challenge Kev Harris, and that would probably be Louis Hampton from Cheshire.
Yeah.
And possibly.
Peoples.
Johnny Haslam, but you know,
Johnny Haslam, Peoples.
Too well.
Yeah, they're not going to play each other, which is why we when we was talking about maybe having some cat knockouts, cat comps. It's not a bad idea to start thinking about doing some, you know, because you've got 3 categories together. Just chuck them in. I'd have a bash if it's 2 categories above me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's luck of the draw, and they're not going to be that much. You're not going to be that much out of your depth, really.
No.
And at least then you can gauge some idea from the results, because you're going to be trying in them competitions because there's going to be money at stake.
Of course, yeah.
You
especially
can
if
gauge.
you do it handicapped as well, unless you just said only 4, 5, 6 can play, but it's 0-0 and scratch every game.
Yeah, I think that's
or just 4 give 6 a 1 start, something like that. You know, say for instance you're a category 6 get a 1 start off 5 and 4.
Yeah.
But a category 6 player off.
If you're 1 category away, it's levels. Yeah. If you're 2 categories away, you get one frame start.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's probably about fair. And I think
race to say 5 or 7, nothing major for it. You easily get 16, pushing 32 in the.
Well, if you count how many players is in the top 3 categories, you're looking at 50 odd players. Yeah. So if you're looking at 32-man knockouts minimum, what you can do as many as enter, like, you know what I mean. But I think that way at least you're going to get some that fall by the wayside every time.
Yeah.
That's in the wrong categories. That's never going to get a match. You move them down 1 then.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, at the minute, I'm happy with the way it's going. I didn't expect Kevin Harris to win that convincingly, to be honest. But on the day, it's one of them, and it becomes.
Let's have no advertisements on here, Kevin Boyles. I don't know who you think it is. Unbelievable. Unbelievable fella.
How dare you?
How dare you? They're shouting out. You might as well tell them yourself. You're down there in Yarmouth with them. You know what I mean? What's all that about?
He's probably sat inside caravan.
He probably is. Probably waiting for me to tell him to get lost or something. But I did give Will an acknowledgement earlier on. What's that Gary Close on about? I'm going to bar him in a minute.
What's he on about now?
He's on about Leeds, isn't he? They've won one for a change. You see him screaming now and cheering when they've won one, you know what I mean? Don't see him when they don't. But anyway. So Rick Lloyd there just calling total snooker.
One of the best referees around, Rick. Highly rated referee.
He's doing everything at the minute, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
Viv's on Sky at the moment in Gibraltar.
Yeah, she is, yeah. He's internationally qualified as well, Rick.
Internationally? How do you get internationally qualified?
BI referee's qualification.
Does he?
He's done it, yeah.
Is that from Ross?
I think it's through Ross,
Yeah.
Or connected to Ross, obviously, but I know he's doing the BI exam, and you have to do the BI exam to obviously the referee on the international stage, which I've not done yet. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's a new one on me. Smashing the wine. Will and Zach are asleep in the caravan. Hey, hard life, innit?
Probably listening to Kev talk
They must have got knocked out early. It'd be them shiny shoes that Kev's just bought. Have you seen them? He blamed it on his missus, but
yeah,
she put the record straight on Facebook.
I liked his loafers the other day that he put on.
His loafers?
Yeah, he put a picture of some sort of shoes that his missus had bought him.
Yeah, that's the ones. Yes, the ones with the holes in that look like a garden fence.
Well,
Don't tell him I said that.
Well, I should knitted them myself.
You know them lattice fences, might look a bit like that, didn't they?
Yeah.
I won't say anything. He might be listening. Just over on that. So he's given Mike another chance
What
here.
he's done there, his previous shot, he didn't get into the white enough, and he's ended up
There's
carrying
a
the yellow
chance.
and left it
He can
awkward.
cue this one to the top right here, and he brings his white down. He only has to bring it just past the red and yellow. He's got the yellow to the bottom left here, Dean, and he can screw into the one on the rail and develop that.
Yeah.
And he can afford to play these shots while he's got the one over the bottom corner pocket, because he's always got something to fall back on. So to me, it's top right first, then it's the right hand side one of the two near the bottom left hand corner.
Yeah.
And screw into the one on the right, on the left-hand rail.
On the rail, yeah.
Joe Harry James says he loves world rules. Well, there's quite a few people that do, you know. But
I mean, I refereed.
don't love them too much because they'll be changing to Supreme rules soon.
Well, apparently, yeah, it was announced. Sorry, it was proposed at the recent AGM.
Was it?
Apparently,
It's going to go. It's going to go. And the IPA players, they'll not be restricted very shortly.
Yeah.
He's going to do what I said. You heard it here
The
first.
Supreme rules very much like Chinese 8-ball rules.
You what, sorry?
Are the Supreme rules very
Yes,
much
they are.
like
Yeah,
Chinese
they are.
8-ball rules?
Yeah, just about. I think there's a couple of rules in there that do need chucking out.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, they're pretty open. And I think once the EPA or World Rules, is it WEP or something? Once they adopt Supreme Rules or something like that and make them more open,
Yeah.
they will become a lot more watchable, and you'll start seeing a lot more competitions with World Rules, Supreme Rules out. You know,
Yeah.
you'll see a lot more competitions from that side. So I think it's good for pool.
The UK Tour and the World Rules side, I think they're sponsored by Supreme, aren't they?
Who are
I think the UK Tour. I might be wrong. in
sponsored
what
by
I'm saying.
Supreme?
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
they use
sure they do.
I think that's where they get the tables from
Yeah.
anyway. So whether they do a deal on
I
the tables,
refereed-
which is why they sponsored, I
Yeah.
don't know. But
I refereed. I refereed and I organised a competition with JJ Fallop at Savannah's last weekend, the Savannah Masters, the over 50s comp.
yeah, I should have been streaming it. He didn't want me. He didn't. It's a bit contentious, really. But I don't know if you know the Brewer situation. You probably
Yeah.
do. And he wasn't supposed to be in it originally,
Right.
but then he was. But before, whilst he wasn't, he was going to do a Calcutta to pay for the referees and the stream and what have you. But I think he must have lost a player or two, so he decided then to put him back in it. And because of that, the Calcutta wasn't going to be done.
Right.
Which is understandable from what's recently happened.
Yeah.
So because of that, obviously, then JJ would have had to pay, which he didn't really want to. So that's fair enough. That's it's his prerogative.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so which is why, certainly why I didn't stream it. But we'll see for future. But you can't, after what happened, you can't really do a Calcutta. It just wouldn't be right. You couldn't leave him out because if he ended up winning it, then where do you put the money? Yeah. So it would have caused so many problems.
He did get to the final.
Yeah, he got to the final, and you just, he got well beat as well by Jason.
He did.
So if there was a Calcutta on it, I know Jason's a good player. I'm not taking nothing away from him. Yeah. You know what I mean? Multiple world champion. But would there have been questions asked? Would eyebrows have been raised?
I think questions are always going to get asked.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now they are, yeah. And that's it spoilt it. It has spoilt it.
It's a bit water under the bridge now. It's all done and dusted and it's finished, in my opinion.
No.
But what's happened's happened.
But you just got to be careful. You're putting yourself on the line.
Exactly,
you know what I mean? If you associate yourself with it.
Everyone's human. Everyone makes mistakes once in their life. And
yeah, but the thing is, Dean, unless you make a stance, unless you have a certain period where they have to, what's the word, abstain, is it, or whatever, where you don't include them in certain things.
Yeah.
Unless you have that period, then it will always happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Things like that.
True.
People need to know that, especially somebody of that kind of standard as well, and that calibre.
Yeah.
And that's, you have to set an example yourself to everybody else.
Mr. Mosley, as soon as you mentioned Calcutta, he's jumping on it.
Yeah, we know that, Kevin. We know that. We know that. And it's a shame because we know the way Calcutta certainly went in the big competition last year. Somebody made quite a few quid out of it. But if the money goes to the right places, i.e. to pay for streams, referees, admin, whatever of these competitions, because somebody's got to pay for them. Nobody does anything for nothing. If that was the case, then what's that?
Do you want to put it on the bar table, on the bar TV? Are we on YouTube at the minute?
Yeah, we're on YouTube. Just tell me to put it on YouTube. Yeah, if that's the case, then the Calcuttas are worth doing. You know what I mean? But when somebody's making, £1,000 out of a couple of days' work, if you will, £1,000 plus, then it does become a little bit gross, and I understand that. Which is why the Savannah Elite Series, hopefully if we can get it off the ground, I can't see no reason why not, but we never know. If that happens, then it will all go towards paying admin costs. And like I say, situations that have happened over the last few months or so spoilt all that in a way. So we'll just have to see what happens. And it means then that these clubs will put more streams on, will run more competitions, because it's not all coming out of their pocket. They need to make money. They're a business, so it's not fair taking it all off them. But again, it's not fair taking it off the players' entry fees. So it has to come from somewhere.
Oh, no, I definitely agree with that.
It has to come from somewhere.
Just sharing the stream back into the Kings of the North group. Put on a few more groups as well, so people can tune in. How many viewers have we got at the minute?
Well, it says 102, but there's a lot more than that, and I'll just explain why for all those of you that are listening. We were streaming earlier on when we first started, and I forget what the numbers were now, but it was something like we had something like 20 viewers after about 5 minutes or so, less than that even. It was showing 20 concurrent viewers, but when I logged on my phone, I had 59 of my friends watching. Right. So we had a lot more than 20 current viewers. And what happens is, which I've noticed anyway, I've not said anything, but I have noticed over the last few months, when you scrolling past a stream on your Facebook page, you can actually click the sound, so you can click the sound on, so you're not actually going into the stream. The concurrent watchers are not included in that, even though you can watch the stream, you can listen to the stream, but you're not actually clicked into it. And it's only when you physically click into it is when you see the correct total. And not only that, the stream views, if you're streaming and you've got 20 viewers concurrent, and you're streaming for an hour or so, you're not going to get 1,000 views or 1,500, 2,000, whatever views within an hour. But that counts the ones that are actually watching that have not clicked into it as well. So you know there's some viewers somewhere. It's just the way that Facebook has changed the settings and whatever you. So you can actually watch streams now without physically clicking into it, which is just a little bit confusing, that's all.
As long as you know, mate.
Yeah, that's it basically. You know, you can't have 20 concurrent viewers watching it live right now when you've got 59 of your friends watching. You know what I mean? It's just not possible.
Let's tie that red up. Oh, he's opened it up. He's open.
He has, yeah.
Goes in now. I don't think he's not played that. He's not played that. It's not going to be easy to hold now. It depends how far away that red is from the pocket, but I don't think it's easy to hold for the one he's closest to. He's tried to swing it round. What a great shot this is.
I think he might be. Is he a bit
Is
low?
too hard? Come on, out the way. So we can see.
He's gone a bit too close.
He's on it. He's a bit close. A bit close for comfort.
Apologise for not switching cameras.
One for the referee.
That quick. It's just I've set it up slightly different, and it was too late to change it by the time we got the matches started.
Sure that left himself a shot on the block. It's a great shot.
Nailed it.
He always knew it went close to that corner pocket, but no danger.
Kevin Boyle says, "What's Facebook?" No idea, Kevin.
Don't know. You're never on it, mate.
Yeah, never on it.
What did I say on it? Sorry, mate. Never off it, pal. Every 2 minutes. You must have shares in it by now.
So Jonathan Forrestal as well on one of the outer tables is now 10-8 in front against Lee Beavers. Lee was in front for most of the first half of that match.
Yeah, he started +2.
Was it +2 he started?
+2,
That's probably one of the reasons why he was in front.
But he did go 3-1 up in the match, so he went 5-1 on the score. So he's gone from 5-1 up to 10-8 down.
So I'm presuming then that Jonathan's in a higher cap than what Lee is. I know Lee's match that was scheduled was cancelled recently in the last few days.
What happened with that one is Jonathan was supposed to play a certain person, and that certain person decided that he'd check up on his opponent, do some background work on him, found out that he had good stats in the A team for Cumbria, and decided that the game wasn't for him. So he pulled out. This was just after the Kings of the North won in January. So he decided that we weren't going to play, we were going to get a different game. So he ended up playing Lee Beavers. Obviously you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, cut a long story short, that certain person pulled out of this match as well, against Lee. So then Lee was left with no opponent. So Jonathan said, well, I was originally playing that person.
You're talking about the Messer, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah, we know who the Messer is.
So,
mentioned it before. If anybody doesn't know, Sandy McGee.
It is Sandy
Just
McGee.
say Sandy McGee. He's a Messer. He's a Messer. We know that.
Anyway, he's decided to play each other, but Jonathan didn't think he'd get a game in Category 4.
Right, okay.
So he requested to be moved up to Category 3 so that he could play a game.
Yeah.
Which he did get a couple of offers.
Who leaded?
No.
Oh, Jonathan,
Jonathan
sorry.
has to be moved from 4 to 3.
Right, okay.
Which I obliged. I said, yeah, no problem, that's fine. If you get a game in there,
if you're going to have to go up there, yeah, why not,
category, then that's fair enough. Yeah. So I move him up, doesn't get a game. Andy McGee decides not to play Jonathan Forrestal because he's been moved up. This, that, and the other. Lee decides that he still wants to play someone. So Jonathan offered, even though he was in Category 4 originally.
And he's giving 2 as well.
Yeah, and he
Fair
turned around
play.
and said, I was in category 4 originally, I moved up to 3, but if you want to play, we'll play for 500 quid. First to 15, but I'll give you 2 frame start. So just so they could both have a game on the bill, if you will. They decided to play each other, and
that's where we are.
That's where we are, yeah.
10-8. Not over yet. Still a long way to go.
It is.
Nice to see Mr. Caldwell's tuned in. And
thought he was asleep.
Yeah, Kevin said before they're all in bits there. Look, they're all laughing or something, whatever. So they must have been awake. Either that he's woke him up. Probably climbed on top of him or something. You never know. Anyway, Mr. Clough's tuned in as well. Good evening, Lee.
How are you doing, Lee? You okay, mate? I thought you might have been down here tonight, maybe, but it's at the IP, I think.
Ashley Butch Lockwood, the Central Tour. Ashley is at Q8. Pot 8, sorry, not Q8. Pot 8 in Rotherham next Saturday. If you fancy it, get a message to me quick. I need registrations in by next Wednesday.
Great shot, that one by Mike.
Jimmy says Kev has woke him up. They're all watching. Caravan full of them. You'd think they'd watch it on one, huddle up together, like, you know what I mean, and just watch it on one phone. They've all got their own phones on watching it. Fair play,
in their own rooms. They probably don't like each other, really.
Just keeping my viewing figures up.
Chance here for Mike to take it to 19-15, and he does.
Just wait for Rick to come down this end and update the score.
A couple of times Mike's gone to grab the white before he's actually stopped.
Fair play to Rick.
But he's not calling it. The frame's over, the black's gone down. Both players accept that the frame's over. Referee's called frame, so...
Gareth wants us to talk about the frame that's on. Do apologise, Gareth Higgins.
Okay, Mr. Higgins. Anything for you, sir?
Yeah. Well, you've got to listen.
So the referee's currently racking the ball up really well.
Yeah. He's got 2 on that side rail there, though. It's going to be...
Oh, he's developed that one well.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Didn't even see it move.
He's going to struggle to get that white. Some screw back on that white, though, where it is on the cushion.
The frame's gone backwards. Good evening, fellas. Good luck down there in Yarmouth. You'll probably see me down there soon. I was contemplating putting the team in the Golden Queue this year, but it's a little bit late. I think the registrations have got to be in by tomorrow.
Right, fair enough.
I was trying my best to see if I can get Cloughie in it and what have you, and Chalmers, but Chalmers is too busy.
Is that because they relaxed the rule?
Yeah, but Cloughie can't anyway. IPA. That'll be next year. That'll be next year when they relax the IPA rule as well.
Maybe, yeah.
Cloughie will be in there with a couple of others.
It just makes sense to me.
Yeah.
In Blackpool, I've never had a rule, but EPA, WPA, whatever you want to call them, I've always had that rule in.
Well, I don't know. I think if it comes out, which I think it will do, there's going to be a few surprise people about what's going off within Blackpool at the moment. It's a little bit naughty, to say the least. And you know me, people that do know me, I'm not afraid to say stuff. But at the moment, there's a couple of people that just don't want anything to be said. And it's understandable. But let's... I'm not saying nothing. But I want to do, I really do, because I think it's bang out of order. But it'll come out. And you'll see, you'll know, the ones that are watching the stream now, you'll know what I'm talking about. You'll know it was this that I was talking about when it comes out. It's totally wrong in my eyes. And anybody that, and I know that you boys down there are associated with them, and it's not about that. It is about what's right and wrong. And what is happening it's just wrong. And you need to distance yourself, that's all I can say. Because I wouldn't want to be a part of what they're doing at the moment. And if you want to give us a ring, maybe tomorrow or something like that when you're not busy, sometime I'll explain to you what's happening, and you'll know what I'm talking about. It's disgraceful. So I've just explained
we're back in the room.
to Dean. Am I right or wrong, Dean?
It's ridiculous, mate.
There you go. Anyway, so there you go. That's enough of that. He got pumped.
Who got pumped?
Will Colesworth's team. Well, they went down with loads of confidence. I thought they'd won it before they set off the way they were talking.
Too much orange for that, my liking.
If that Kevin Moles keeps advertising, I'm going to block him from commenting. Seriously, I don't mess about me. You should know that, Kevin. No free advertisement on it. If you want to pay me, you can come and pay me, or go and advertise on somebody else's stream.
Send you a couple of quid for a brew, that'll do.
Yeah.
He loves it. You know he's only winding you up.
No, he's doing it deliberate. I know what it's like. He's doing it deliberate.
As soon as you mentioned it, he's probably jumped on that one, hasn't he? Well, Kyle's just about to go on the hill here. I can't see him missing these now. Let's give Gary Figgins what he wants there, and let's talk about the pool that's in motion.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's one of them though, Dean. It's because I don't like saying it, but it's because it has been so one-sided, I suppose. I think you just lose concentration on the match a little bit. I said it before, you know, he's very clinical, is Kyle. He is a...
Look at that for a control shot.
Oh,
that wasn't easy, but he's keyed that absolutely.
Yeah,
and that's 2015.
Those of you that are watching, we have got a big game coming up. Craig Hart from Wigan. He's playing Danny Thompson. Is it the second or the third time they played these two?
I think it's a rematch. Just the second time, sorry.
Is it? I thought they played twice before. So maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. I will ask. What they're playing should have been 6 o'clock. So it's going to be around about 7, half 7 before we get started. Yeah. That's going to be a race to 25. 25 it is, isn't it? Yeah. For minimum. Do we know what the pot size is yet?
I think it was agreed to
10k.
10k, but I don't think there's a cap on it. I don't think it's maximum 10k. I think it's
no. So it's minimum 10k. So do we know if we've got at least 10k yet?
Definitely got 10k.
Have we? Right, okay. So it's going to be a decent pot.
It was originally $4,000 each. I think the first time they played was for $4,000, $2,000 each. And then they rematch. I think they decided to play this one for $8,000, so they wanted to double it for the rematch. And I think it's gone up to 10, and I'm pretty sure it's at 10 now. But what I will do is double check with the people that are in the know, and I'll let us know. Find out a pot before we start.
See you later.
Cheers, Mr. Calcutta. Cheers, pal. Yep. Kyle didn't break this frame, did he?
Told you there who broke. Yeah. Who broke?
Mike Quinn. Where that line is that
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
What's the asterisk?
Do you know? I don't know.
I've just seen the asterisk
there.
I was like, what's the asterisk for?
I think that might have been the original breaker. I don't know. I'll have to ask my developer.
Right.
I don't really know.
Unless you pressed it by accident on your keyboard. Maybe.
No. That's
right.
It is there. I think it's the original breaker. I think so.
Soon find out when you put Craig Hart's name in or Tomo's name later.
We need somebody to break on that side, don't we?
The mic's just broke and it did move over that line there next to 15.
What time's Fosbomb on?
Fozzie's playing now, the scoreboard's up. Mr. Forrestal, it's 11-8 at the moment, first to 15. You just see it on the right hand side of your screen as well.
Oh, that's here. Yeah, he's just took the last one as well, 11-8, as you say. How long a break we're going to get before the the main match starts. We're going to obviously address the table, so we'll probably have about a 20-minute break or something.
20 minutes, half an hour maybe.
Yep, before we get the last match on. So the stream will go off, and you will get a notification when we come back live.
Okay, I was going to foul here, I think. White's not in the cushion.
So any of you that wanting to watch the big game of the evening, 10k plus pot it is, between Craighart of Wigan and local boy club owner down here at Q's, Danny Thompson. The rematch.
Tomo.
Good evening to Mr. Top Table, Colin Roberts, and Alan Sharrock is tuning in. Just a little bit early, Alan, for Craighart's game. Brett Noble's tuned in, and he's sat over there with his missus.
Don't tell hubby.
He's asking what it's first to, Tony. Tony, it tells you there, it says race to 15. Can you not see it? Let's have a look. Turn your screen. Oh, you can't. It is a little bit small, that, actually. I'll let you off. It's a race to 15, Tony. Well, he's not giving up just yet. Here's Mike. That's perfect. Just run this through. And a little stunt shot on this last red to lead himself. Final black into the bottom left-hand corner. Yes, good evening, Colin.
Danny just sent a message saying the first match was for $9 and this one's for $10.
The first match between Craig and Danny?
Yeah, it was for 9 and this one's for 10.
Right, okay. Danny was in like a bit of the lion's den, if you will, last time. He was getting
a lamb to the slaughter, wasn't
he? Yeah, he said he was getting a lot of stick from the home support, which is, you know, I suppose it does happen. He'll be hoping. Well, he's got one or two locals in tonight, so maybe, I don't know if he's asked them to come in to give him some a bit of cheering on, but it'll be a different story in Q's for certain. I know Craig's fetched quite a few lads from Wigan. I was downstairs before watching Chris Moody against Kevin Harris, so they'll be up here after this match is finished to cheer Craig on. It's a lovely little finish this from Kyle
for the match.
And I'm not too sure. Is this his third straight win down here at Q Sports Lounge?
I wasn't sure of his first. I knew, did he play first?
Was it Craig Day?
I'm not sure.
No, did Craig beat him?
Craig beat him at...
Is it Jason Hill?
Not sure, mate.
Yeah? Sure. I can't remember. Anyway, well played, Kyle Brown. Unlucky Mike Quinn. Just a little bit too much for him today, as Kyle. But certainly loving it down here at Q Sports Lounge. It's well worth the trip from Barrow in Furness. Well, it has been for the last couple of times anyway. So, thank you everybody for tuning in. We will be back in round about, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes or so. You'll get a notification anyway when we go live for the big game of the day. £10,000 plus pot between Craighart's of Q8 Sports Bar in Wigan against Danny Thompson, club owner down here at Q Sports Lounge. It's the Battle of the Qs. So it was 3, Stuart. Thanks very much for that. I thought it was 3. Once again, well done, Kyle, and we'll see you all very, very shortly.